Rural South Auckland residents were called to action by a loud bang and screams this morning as a taxi van flipped off the road, slammed through a fence and landed in a paddock. Passers-by helped pull people from the wreckage before emergency services arrived. Our reporter Tom Furley spoke with neighbours a short time after the crash, many of whom were left thinking, not again.
I ran out and just saw the van lying on its side over there and people scuttling across the road into the paddock, and heard that child crying and screaming that I thought, I can't handle this out here, I'm back inside again.
That's Jean Jones. Her house along Waiuku Road is just 50 metres from the crash site. No tyre marks are visible on the road, but 3 pink painted lines show where the taxi hit a culvert and flipped through a thick wooden fence. 5 people, including a 6-year-old boy, were injured and 4 were admitted to hospital. It's not the first time a loud bang has shaken the rural neighbourhood.
That noise just seems to ring in my ears as soon as I hear it and think, another accident.
Mrs Jones says there's been numerous crashes on the 100 km/h straight stretch of road during the 17 years she's lived there. Her neighbour, who asked not to be named, says there was enough speed to flip the van in the air and spin it around.
It's a busy road and getting busier. It's straight and they speed. There's 2 big ditches either side. If you lose it, you're in trouble. When they come off the hill, they just go and lickety-split.
Senior Sergeant John O'Chapel says officers patrol in the area as open roads are known to heighten the crash risk.
Obviously, they're rural roads with open speed limits. Some of the roads are not engineered for those speeds, I guess, for want of a better word. But as I said, I want to reiterate, it's very early in the investigation, so we don't know whether or not speed or any other factors were cause of this particular collision today. That's the role of the Serious Crash Unit, to investigate and establish what the causative factors were.
He says it could have been a different story had the 5 passengers not been wearing seatbelts.
Anecdotally speaking, when the vehicles do roll over multiple times, there is a great risk of occupants being ejected. We're very grateful and thankful that that was not the case this time. We're also very grateful for the assistance that was immediately rendered by members of the public who put their own safety aside to offer assistance to the people.
Jean Jones says something needs to be done to make the road safer.
We're always cautious, but I always think where they put that speed camera on the Waiuku Road up there where those S-benders, I think it's the most stupid place I've ever seen a speed camera put. Why shouldn't there be one here? They're going to come out here on a Sunday sometimes. I think they use it as a race straight.
Senior Sergeant Chappell says cameras have been installed in the area, but the police are happy to hear suggestions. 2 of the passengers have been released from Middlemore Hospital. 1 remains in a stable condition and another in a serious condition in the intensive care unit. For Checkpoint, Tom Furley.